Alright, what is up, you beautiful people? And welcome back to another Direct Strike Weekly Brawl tier list. What do we got? Oh, we got units no longer timeout? Oh, we got a rescue strike. Okay, well, I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we're playing some Abathur, so the new Brawl modifiers look like we have a NUKE, which is a Brawl modifier. I wish that wasn't a Brawl modifier. I wish we had a fourth modifier, to be honest. I would have loved Aura. Aura would have been a great modifier. But, Endurance makes it so that normally units time out after 90 seconds. Now they just stay here forever. Which means we're going to go Swarm Hosts. And we have Bountiful, which is great. Bountiful is beautiful. This guy's playing Phoenix.
What's up?
Phoenix ain't great. And one of my allies is like, oh man, it's Friday. You know what Friday means? Friday means new Brawl modifiers. So there we go. Well, I'm just going to ping myself as Abathur. You already know what I'm doing. You already know what I'm doing. I'm gonna drop some Swarm Hosts here. What do we got? We got Artanis. Oh, Tempests are gonna be pretty good too. So basically this week it's like you really have to overrun your opponents. I think that's what you have to do. Either you overrun your opponents or you stack super hard on them and they can't overrun you. There's no real in between. So looks like our opponents might be going for some sort of overrun here. They got a Tychus here. I'll be spicy. Let's see. I can't really put a building down there, so let's do that. I really wish I could have made it so my Swarm Host. There we go. Don't get up. Just don't get up. Don't get up. Talus will never find you. Oh, man. If I just keep them there, I'm not even going to let them move up. They're just going to spawn Locusts to the... I'm going to keep spawning Locusts. Oh, we got an Archon? That's fairly interesting. Okay. Oh, there's double Phoenix. Okay, alright, alright. Double Phoenix. I dig that. I'm gonna turn up my volume a little bit here. I think my sound's a little too quiet. At least for my own ears. I think it's fine for you guys, but I think it's like the normal, the volume stabilizes here. There's a Tychus over here. So my Swarm Hosts are just gonna stay here forever. Unless Tychus sees them with Vega. That's bad. Nova's going for some tanks. I think Liberators would have been a better call, I think. Unfortunately, tanks... Ooh. Ooh. There we go. What if I just... Oh my god, I can just keep them permanently on top of my base. Wait, that is ideal. I'm just going to keep them right here. They're never going to leave. I don't think Kaldalis can... Yeah, Kaldalis is in it. Oh, I got mind controlled here. Oh, Vega can still see me? That's unfortunate. Well, I'm just going to keep the Locust here. And just keep sending them out. I can send them out manually, so there's that. Because if I keep them stacked here, it might actually be good. Or it might be terrible, and this is the worst thing I could do. The only thing to do is to find out, I guess, you know? There we go. I'll move them off to the side. Maybe that'll be better here. So there's these guys are just going to constantly send out Locusts. Yeah, come on. Send them out. Send him out. Send him out. Boom.
What's the plan?
I've never microed my Locust like this before, but here we are. Alright, now Tychus is going to cause my units to move forward. I mean, cause me to summon Locusts, which lets me keep putting them down here. There we go. There's an Observer. Vega's stealing one of them. Well, that's okay. That's okay, because the rest of them are still here, and they're still alive. And so that's something handy you can do with Abathur. Just micro your Locusts to stay on the base. And now they are part of the base. There we go. And yet, the plus side is you guys also get more battlefield time, because I'm literally here microing Locusts. There we go. I'm going to get pressurized glands so they can destroy those observers, those pesky observers. There we go. Go forth, my children.
What's the plan?
Oh man, yeah. So I think this is definitely pretty good if you're playing Abathur. It'd be ideal if you could push up with your teammates, but you know, Tychus is gonna need more than a few Vegas to stop me here. Vegas is gonna mind control me, I think. So unfortunately, I think these ones are gonna die because they got a little too close. It's actually ironic. We're suffering from success right now. We need our Swarm Host to literally just stay on the base, basically. That's all we need them to do. Nothing else. Nothing too fancy. Just stay on the base. You know, stay on the base. Uh-oh. My Swarm Host can be seen here. Oh, no. Okay, I think they're just gonna spawn in their normal waves here. So maybe actually I liked it when they sort of clumped up in the center. There we go. Come on. Nova should really be building Liberators, I think. A constant wave of just Swarm Hosts coming forward should be enough here. So these guys don't unburrow. These guys don't unburrow. And then just keep sending out Swarm Hosts. Just keep them coming. Keep them coming, boys. I'm going to level up tier 3 here. That tank is being pushed around. Alright, now it's time. It's time! We're going to move the line forward here. There we go. I'm going to move the line forward. I'm going to put some biomass on this one. Now it's time. Okay, so I don't know if I should keep the line down, though, so let's see. I'm going to mend here to keep my Swarm Hosts alive. But there we go. I'm going to keep the line down here. That should be fine. Upgrade their weapons one more time. Just going to mend. Abathur's actually excellent this week because he can stack up really hard, and he can also mend the units that have stacked up, which is excellent. This Swarm Host here didn't get the memo. There we go. Phoenix here just going to try and spin, but to no avail. There we go. The nastiest Swarm Host micro. Now with added benefits of being absolute cancer. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. I'm going to upgrade some armor here. Man, that's nuts. That's nuts. I'm going to keep these Swarm Hosts here. Let's see. I'm going to micro down. I keep pressing the Alt key. I should be pressing a different key, also known as C. Come on. Come on. Tychus is... Oh, they dropped the nuke on us. That was not good enough, though. That was not good enough. That was not good enough. Well, you can always build up again. That's the thing, right? That's the beauty of Swarm Hosts. You can always build up. We're only going up from here. And if anything, we get some Vipers as well. Toss them into the mix. Oh, God. Come on, boys. Just stay in the ground. Stay in the ground. Stay in the ground. Stay in the ground. Okay. I think here is going to be a little dicey. I'm going to need more Swarm Hosts. I'm going to upgrade their armor. That'll keep them alive a bit more. This body of Swarm Hosts is actually just stacking up like a madman. But yeah, these... I need these Swarm Hosts to survive. The super powerful elite ones. But it's looking like they might successfully unstack us here. And I think the nuke you can only use on your side of the map, which, you know, makes it a lot more balanced. Let's see. I'm gonna micro another mend here. I feel like that could be useful, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna put that, not micro, I'm just gonna put down another mend. There we go. The mends keep your Swarm Hosts nice and topped up. And your Swarm Hosts keep your allies' units nice and topped up. So it's a win-win. There we go. Don't unburrow, please, to God. Do not unburrow. There we go. We gotta kill Kaldalis there. Drop another fatty men. There's just a slow creep towards destruction here. Why is Artanis building so many Archons? That's the one question I have. I'm not sure, but Tempests are pretty good. And the incessant horde of Swarm Hosts. Did these guys move forward? Man, who told you could move forward? That's why they died. Okay, well... let's see, I'm gonna mend here. I think I'll let them move forward. Alright, boys. Let's go. We're gonna move forward here. We're gonna move up here. Now, just stay down. And get them to stay down here. So this one needs to stay down. There we go. There we go. And I haven't even spent my money on more swarm hosts yet. I still have so much money on swarm hosts to spend. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of this week, boys. If you micro your swarm hosts, your returns will be phenomenal. Like, I have so many swarm hosts here, that didn't even kill all of them. That didn't even kill all of them. They actually missed the spot. And they're on one nuke left. They're on one last nuke. So yeah, this week if you can't stack like a monster and you can't break the stack like a monster, you're in trouble. I think Phoenix, if you went like Colossus Legionary, might have not been too bad. Because Legionaries are quite strong. Caldalis is quite strong. I don't know. But yeah. Wow. Anyways, I was supposed to make an announcement as well. I think I'm going to do like a nice little casual stream tomorrow, which is going to be ooh, that's all the storm hosts there. I'm gonna make sure they don't unsiege. Yeah, so I was gonna do a nice and normal casual stream tomorrow. Nothing, not like a sub celebration stream, just casual stream. But we're almost there, 2,100. So there's also that. But yeah, we're just gonna have a stream. I think I'm gonna put it like 2 hours earlier than normal. Because I had some people say that Europe, it's a bit of a bad time for Europe if I start streaming at 4 p.m. So we'll do that. So it's looking like they're finally stacked up enough here. So I will need some Vipers. I could also just completely wipe them out with some rescue strikes. I'm gonna do it. You thought you're pushing in on us? There we go. Get out of here. Actually, oh, someone on our team used it. Okay, makes sense. There we go. But yes, I'm gonna do it at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for 3 hours. So that'll mean we'll end at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'll be nice. So yeah, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That'll be a nice little stream. Warbringer here. Warbringer Colossus is starting to get to us. You know, it's Viper time. I'm gonna put down some Vipers here. 1 Viper, 2 Viper, 3 Viper, and then the Vipers can also attack the Colossus and they'll do some stuff here. But it's looking like we might have to stack up on our Nexus, because my wave simply does not have enough actual front line. It takes advantage of the existence of buildings. That being said, though, if even a sliver of my wave survives, well, that's good news for us. Bad news for our opponents, though. Let's see, let's some more Vipers here. I need some more battlefield manipulate. I think Tychus is the most dangerous unit here in terms of what he can do to us. Because Boswell just keeps pushing forward. But my Vipers can actually make it so that Tychus' units run forward, unable to shoot. There we go. I'm going to drop a heal here. I'll micro these guys. Oops. Come on. There we go. Come on. Drop out a microwave first. There we go. Yeah, so I gotta get back to microing my swarm host spawns, I think. Otherwise we'll be in a bit of trouble here. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna get them to move forward here. This might be bad though. This might be terrible. Okay. These other swarm hosts are coming in now. Okay. Vipers are making Tychus walk straight up into that line here. Swarm hosts, please do not unburrow. The last thing I want is for you guys to get up off the ground. Oh my god. So on just 2 waves, I've stacked up so many swarm hosts here. It's beautiful. I'm gonna get them to send the locusts out first, and then get them to move forward. Oh my god, it's actually an infestation. Infestation Abathur. Let's put down some more Vipers here. 1 Viper here, 2 Vipers here, another swarm host here. But yeah, I think I have enough swarm hosts that even if I lose a few, we should be okay. Alright, boys. Send them in. Boswell here just getting completely overrun here. I'm gonna drop a fat heal here. Holy. They're gonna have to nuke us here if they have a chance of surviving, but even then, the nuke is a short-term solution. Because look at all those other swarm hosts coming in here. The Colossus are completely disabled, yanked into the tank line. That's over, boys. That is over. Come on, I have so many swarm hosts, even if they nuked us, it would not be enough. It would actually genuinely not be enough. I'm gonna drop a scan here. It's got some invisible boys here. What if I pulled Phoenix out of the way? Can I pull Phoenix? Oh no, he's not typeless anymore. That was last week's brawl. So yeah. Make sure you micro your swarm host, but after you've done that, just sit back and reap the rewards. The rewards being your opponent's endless suffering. Oh my goodness. I guess maybe not having aura is a good thing, because if you got cooldown reduction and all these swarm hosts stacked up, that would be nuts. But there's no way you can hold back the endless tide here. I think they still have one more nuke, but woo! So safe to say Abathur's gonna be pretty good this week. At the stacking department. So look at the overview here. Damn, I was just the team's punching bag. I took 154k, but I dealt 87k though. That's really good. 59. Ooh, that's a pretty high. You know what? I guess stacking all these swarm, like they're basically just the second turn. It's insane. I'm gonna love this brawl in terms of playing with the swarm host. But yeah, let's go on to the tier list. Alright, and we are back. Let's get into it. So game plan, if you guys have gotten this far, we're going to look at the orders, overall strategy, and the commander rankings. Alright, if you guys are not yet subbed, be sure to drop a sub to keep up. Alright, let's get into it. So, Brawl modifiers, we have Rescue Strike, so each player gains a nuclear strike. That basically insta-kills everything. I think it doesn't matter how much health your unit has, you can't survive it. Maybe with the exception of, I don't know, will Blaze be able to survive it? That's actually hilarious, because Blaze only takes 30 damage, so maybe he might survive it. I don't know. But yeah, so you can only use it once. Every player on your team has one, so if you lose a player on your team, well then I think you lose the nuke, which is not great. But that's that. Next, the defining Brawl modifier this week is Endurance. Units just do not expire. They just keep on going, and you can do some pretty ridiculous things with that. And finally, we have Bountiful and Refineries, just grant double income. Bountiful just makes everything just feel so much better, because you can just get rolling much faster. So I think this week's overall strategy is it's pretty simple. I think either you stack super hard or you breach super hard. You can't do a little bit of both, because then you're not going to be doing enough. So here's where I think everyone lies this week. So in the S tier, I have Nova, because Nova's tanks are very powerful. They have lots of range and they stack quite nicely because they have a lot of health. And that's basically it. She does have decent like sort of potential, but I think you would want to rely on your teammates for like the breach potential with Nova. I think her breaching is just like what Hellbat Rangers, so that's not that great. But her tanks will stack up really nicely, and a fully stacked wave of Nova tanks is pretty strong. And there's very few things that can beat it. Few things. And then next in the S tier, I would have to say Abathur, because honestly, you can do the breaching as Abathur, like by just dropping a bunch of Brutalisk and Vipers. You could do that and completely mess up your opponent's tank line. Or you could even go for Guardians, although I don't like Guardians as much compared to Swarm Hosts. I think Swarm Hosts just provide more team utility. Also because Guardians, you have to protect them. And you can't tell them to stay in one spot to generate infinite value, because you can do that with Swarm Hosts. So yeah, I think Ground Abathur this week is probably the thing to go for. So yeah, next, Mensk. I don't think Mensk needs an introduction. I think shock divisions are going to be absolutely insane this week. You just got to try and keep them alive. So if you have a Mensk on your team, just get your allies to meat shield for you, and your shock divisions should do the rest of the work. That being said, your boys and like all your ultras, you probably don't need to buy them. I say this, but like it's like you might need to buy them just to like to offer up his fodder, and then like have your shock divisions in the back, just destroy everything. So yeah, I think S tier is going to be these three, and then in the A tier, I think we have actually some pretty strong contenders as well. I was gonna put Alarak in the S tier, but I wasn't sure, so I decided to put him in the A tier instead, because Alarak's Wrathwalkers are very powerful, but they're single target, and so they might struggle with Abathur. They might, and they probably will. They probably will get disabled by Vipers and stuff. But against pretty much everyone else, the Wrathwalkers are really good. Vanguards are not too bad against small hordes. It's just that, yeah, I don't know. I think Alarak's not too bad this week either. And then the Havocs also make his Wrathwalkers of increased range. So Alarak just needs a teammate in the front, because I don't think Alarak himself is great at breaching. Like, you just have Alarak and some Ascendants. He's not that great at doing anything else besides that. So you can't really breach. You have to go the super stack strategy. With Karax, I'm thinking this week you can do something really mean with either carriers and try and stack them, or you can, what is it? Go Crusher Ground Karax with lots of Sentinels, Annihilators, and the Purifier Colossus, and just completely steamroll through your opponent's waves. Because Sentinels, they have 2 lives, and so they can actually contest tanks really nicely, because the tanks might kill them all off. Right, and then like the Immortals are hitting the tanks now, and then the Sentinels revive and they go in for a second round, and the tanks are like, oh no, oh no. So yeah, you also have a beam as Karax, so that means you basically have an extra nuke. Not really an extra nuke, because the nuke kills everything instantly, but the beam is still pretty good. You can use it offensively or defensively, so that is also going to be a major help. So you can save your nukes for your team as well. So you can just be like, I'll beam instead of nuking. So yeah, very good this week, I think, for Karax. Next in the A tier, we also have Stukov. So I think Stukov can go for like a really thick bunker plus APOC plus civilian combo, and then add in tanks. I think that might be the most secure combo. Just like super thick, slowly push forward into your opponents. Just lots of HP, lots of tankiness. Or if you're feeling kind of spicy, you can just go and open with tanks and nothing else. That might be a little too spicy, but you know, like as long as you have something in front, Stukov is pretty strong. Like APOCs can breach tanks. Actually, I don't think APOCs can breach like a huge line of tanks, but they can do some significant damage to tanks if they're not Nova tanks or Mengsk tanks. So yeah, Kerrigan, I have a similar idea going on in the sense that you can probably just build Ultralisk and Zerglings this week and turn off your brain. Because you'll plow through basically everything that's stacked up. Like I don't know, Kerrigan's push potential is really strong. Her stack potential is like Lurkers, which is okay. I'm not a fan of Lurkers. Like their attacks don't do enough damage, and they only do it in a line, which could be really good if you got a lot of small units running at you, but I don't know if we'll be encountering a lot of small units. But I think Kerrigan is still going to be quite good at breaching. And then next to Kerrigan, we have Zagara, who is also really good at breaching. And I think Zagara this week might be instrumental. Because like her wave just explodes on stuff. That being said, though, if her wave gets killed off before it gets to the actual stacked units, that could be bad. That being said, if it doesn't get killed off and it gets to the stacked units, well, all those stacked units are now dead. So yeah, I think Zagara is gonna be pretty strong this week as well. And in the B tiers, we have some okay contenders. So I was thinking for Raynor, I was like, well, Raynor can buy a lot of cheap tanks, so you can just slap them down. And then I'm thinking, well, but the cheap tanks aren't great when they get like overrun. And then like Banshees aren't the best at stacking. And you could do Raynor Bio, but this week you're gonna get ground to pieces within like the first 5 minutes, basically, because your opponents are going to start stacking and you're not going to start stacking. You could also stack a bunch of medics and heal up your team. That could be good, but I'm thinking like it'll probably have to be like something to do with tanks, and like you get an early Hyperion, and then that early Hyperion doesn't get killed off, and then you get a second one and a third one, and then you know the drill. So I'm thinking like that'll probably be the way you're going to try and win as Raynor this week. And next we have Dahaka. So Dahaka, you can push forward really nicely. I think you can do something like Kerrigan, where you just buy lots of Ultralisk and Zerglings and just run it over, and then back that up with Creeper Hosts or Impalers. I don't want to recommend the Swarm Host for Dahaka, because Dahaka Swarm Hosts, while they're tankier, they cannot be microed to stop moving forward. So you can't stack them like Abathur's. You can't stack them strategically. That being said, like they're a lot stronger in different departments. So there is also that. But I think Dahaka will be better at stacking, like stack breaking and creeper host. I think that'll be it. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Guardians either because you can't really protect them unless your teammates can protect them for you. Then go for it. And then next we have Han and Horner. Han and Horner's kind of oddball this week. I think like Asteria rates might be insane if you get them rolling early, because they have a lot of health and do a lot of damage and they don't die easily. So, yeah. And then you can tech switch into something like Deimos Vikings. I don't know. Deimos Vikings aren't that great for stacking. I'm thinking like Galleons aren't great as your first unit though. You really need something to protect them. So I feel like you'll probably want to rush rates. I don't think Han and Horner's ground breach potential is that high. Like your grenade cars and your Hellbats just sort of blow up pretty easily. But yeah, I think try out a Wraith Rush and see how that goes. But then of course the game evolves from there, right? And at Artanis, I think there's two things you can do this week as Artanis. You can either rush Tempest, or you can go for a Crusher ground composition, which is probably more stable and more reliable, I'll be honest. Rushing Tempest is absolutely just a meme comp, a meme build that I like to do because it's so good when it works. But yeah, like you can do like a Crusher ground comp with Archon, Immortal, Dragoon, Reaver, and maybe sprinkle in a few Zealots there. And then you can go get some Tempest if you'd like. I think that might be a safer composition. But a crazier composition is the Tempest. Alright, and then in the C tier, we have... these commanders are still okay, but I don't think they're as great. So, Stetman, you can do some nasty Baneling shenanigans, especially because now you have twice the minerals to access. So you can have twice the Banelings, twice as fast. This could be very good. It could also be very bad, in the sense that the Banelings are, like, they don't make out their way through the entire wave. I think I might be underrating Stetman here, but he could be very good, I think. If you get to enough Ultralisk, you will also absolutely crush tanks, because you can stun them, which is nuts. So I think that's going to be like your classic Stackbreaker Stetman. Banelings, Ultralisk, toss in a few Corruptors if you need to deal with air, get your Super Gary out there, toss in some Mecha Zerglings. Like, you could do a really good job, but it's just like, I think it might take you a little too long to get there. I don't know. So maybe I have Stetman underrated here. He might be a little stronger, actually. He might actually be stronger than Kerrigan, actually. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll probably play a few Stetman games. It's been a while since I've done any Stackbreaker Stetman, so we'll get to that. And then next we have Swan. So I was thinking, like, okay, so Swan, he's got tanks. The tanks are quite powerful, but they're also quite squishy. They're like the glass cannon tank. And I'm thinking, I don't know. Like Swan needs too much stuff to set him up. I think if you can set up your Swan correctly, you could do very well, but also then you might as well play as Nova, because Swan is like Nova is basically easier Swan, I would say. Easier to play Swan. But yeah. Like, I don't know, Science Vessels might be okay. Like, you might have to just go with pure, I don't know, Thors and tanks. I don't know, it's gonna be hard to play Swan, so if you don't know what you're doing, like, it's gonna be worse. But if you do know what you're doing, I think it could be okay. It's just that if you get nuked, your tanks don't recover as well, but yeah. And then Phoenix, I think, is like a slightly worse version of Karax, because you don't have the beam, which is critical this week. You can break the stack really nicely with Legionaries. I think that would be really good. Like Caldalis, Legionaries, Phoenix and his Praetor suite. Just dive right in there, get some tier 1, like get some Talus, and then forget everything else and get a bunch of Colossus and just burn through that wave. Other than that, you could stack carriers, but then you're buying carriers. Yeah, I'm not a fan of carriers. I don't know. Kolarian might be able to carry you, but I don't know. There's just one carrier, right? And then finally in the D tier, we have Tychus. I put Tychus here because Tychus isn't known for stacking, because he literally has no stacking units. You could probably do a Sirius build here, although I don't know how good Sirius is going to be. I think probably the best thing you want to do this week is just go Boswell and tier 3 Blaze. Boswell, tier 3 Blaze. Boswell, tier 3 Blaze. And then you just jump in there and disrupt everything and hope that you can, I don't know, cut your way through with your Tychus. I'm not too sure. Like, you might just have to go like the muscle guys, so Boswell, Tier 3 Blaze, and Kev, and just burn through stacked units. But just generally, it's not great for Tychus fighting against large stacks of units. Like, you have to really know what's up, and even if you really know what's up, it might be hard. Then you basically just have to start winning from the get-go. But you don't have any comeback mechanisms either, so that's a little spicy. And then finally, we have Vorazun. I was debating if Warzone should go higher because of her Black Hole, but I'm thinking about it, like, Black Hole doesn't kill anything. Yes, you can suck everything in and then nuke it, but then you use the nuke, which means you have one less nuke, right? Now, the other thing I was thinking of is maybe Corsairs could be good, but I'm thinking, well, the Corsairs actually aren't that powerful, though. You know, like, Corsairs really aren't that powerful. They might unslice the tanks and make them have to re-siege again. But then what else does Warzone have? Invisible Void Rays? Those could be good. Those could actually be very good. Potentially very good. It depends what you're up against. But I'm thinking, Joe, overall, I don't know. Warzone doesn't really have too many good options this week, which really limits her potential. So, D tier. I don't know. She can't really break a stack. Because she doesn't do enough damage. She might be able to, like, confuse the stack. She doesn't really stack herself, you know? So it's not great. So yeah. And let me know what you guys think about the tier list. If you think I got something right, got something wrong, if you think I missed out on some secret interaction that I completely forgot about, but let me know. And yeah, be sure to come through to our casual stream. I don't know what I'm gonna name it. It's just gonna be a stream. We're just gonna have a stream on this Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'll put a little earlier, so that our friends in Central Europe won't be at like. It won't be like an ungodly time for you guys. So yeah, until then, I will see you guys later.
The tires, let's light some fires.
Need a light.
They picked the wrong fight.